What is up, guys? North Digital Assets coming at you with another video. In this video, we're going to cover Bitcoin, we're going to cover CKB, we're going to cover a couple of other altcoins, we're going to cover what the market's doing overall as a whole, because right now, I think the market looks amazing, and we're going to dive right into that on why. First of all, Bitcoin, just taking a look at it, Bitcoin with no indicators here. I guess I just have these two EMAs here. First of all, this is the exact wave-like structure you want to see when you are climbing, when you are going to be building support and getting ready for that next move up. Okay, we haven't even used the 55 EMA as support. We floated below the 20 EMA here and floated below it a little bit here, but we haven't even used the 55 EMA as support yet, and that'd be fine even if you did, which sits at 22,100. I'm sure people would be going crazy on Twitter if you're down to 22,100. All the bears would come back out. But overall, guys, let's go to my main drawing. Overall, guys, we are on track for this thesis, for my main drawing here with the 60 degrees that I dropped in. As you can see here, coming out of wave one, obviously you kind of scoop below this trend line here, and then you scoop up to it. Same with wave three here, you're kind of above it, and then you kind of scoop up, and you end up being at about 60 degrees total. So, I mean, easily you can come out here, meander sideways, whatever, and scoop up to it later. But the point is that I do believe that this is the correction structure we were looking at, this 335 movement, 5 moves down, never broke wave one high like we've been saying for a long time. This was a long correction, but with this target here, yes, this is 100,000 August 1st and 120,000 September 1st. We'll see if that plays out, but everything looks good right now. When we take a look at the DXY, my thesis on the DXY is basically that this thing did a W double bottom here, December 20th to May 2021. It's now almost, it's not too far from May 2023. So this thing was running for a long time, from May 2021 all the way up here. It ran for a long time. So it needs to correct. That's why I dropped this line in here a while back. I had guessed it at about 106.1 over here. Missed it by a little bit, but we're starting to see some red this week already, and I believed, like I said in my post before, that this line was going to continue to act as resistance and be rejected again, whether this is an A and B just is finishing now, and now you're going to get C or not. At any rate, this has been going since October 2022. And I believe that we're going to continue to see a correction on the DXY, and crypto is going to move in the opposite direction. Basically, what you're seeing here is the same thing. If we go to the daily, you're going to see the same thing that happened to Bitcoin, but in reverse, okay? Basically, you come to get a daily cross, and right when you're about to get it, it's a fake out, and you go right back down to the downside. You might get green over the red a little bit, but it just fakes and just comes back down. Bitcoin, if you remember, did this like 4 or 5 times in a row. Well, now the DXY is times up. Looking at some altcoins here, if we go to CKB, so taking a look here at CKB, this is 100% still in play. Anybody that's talking about, oh, you missed it, oh, you don't know what you're talking about, they don't know what they're talking about. You have to give it time. If you don't have patience in this market and you're being emotional, you're going to lose and continue to lose. We've already waited a long time in these markets, because when Bitcoin was coming down for 69K, I thought 30,000 was going to hold. 28,000, 30,000, we were going to start back up for wave 5. It didn't happen. So we've already had to be much more patient than I thought we were going to be in the first place. But regardless of that, you have to be patient with this, okay? You need to, I talked about for CKB, I talked about 0.005 and 1 cent are the important targets, okay? When you take a look here at the one here, the 0.005, okay, we are there now, okay? We're at 0.0053, okay? If you can continue to hold 0.005 over the coming days, and the market starts to rally again, and you get that next impulsive move up from Bitcoin, I don't know when that's going to be, but when the market starts to rally again, and you get that impulsive move again, and CKB does hold 0.05, it will run up to 1 cent. So looking at the VRVP here, okay, like I said, before I dropped this red circle, and that's when the shelf starts to build here on the volume profile. Okay, I have the 161, I have swing high. Sorry, I have swing low, swing high. I set the 1 here on the swing high and the 0 on the swing low. The 1618 is about to ascent, okay? You have ascent here as support. You have ascent there as support. You have some chop in here. You have one last support here. But obviously, like, it's a very important range. The 1618 is pointing there. The VRVP is pointing there. And that there's less resistance through here. Okay, so 1 cent is that next range. I told you what needs to happen for that to happen. CRV, okay, CRV, I have a long on CRV right now. We'll see what happens with that. Stochastic RSI down here at the bottom on the daily. Again, though, this stochastic RSI can either bounce here for a little bit and then run, or it can start to curve and start to run sooner than later. We'll just have to wait and see. As far as with Bitcoin and the rest of the market, we're waiting for a reset on the daily stochastic RSI down here at the bottom. We're looking for a reset of the momentum, and we're looking to get above 23.7, 23.8 to have some momentum back up. The next movement up for Bitcoin would be towards 28,000, 32,000 in that range if we get that next movement. Morpheus network looking like it's possibly ready to run. When you see patterns like this on the bottom of a stochastic RSI, typically if the market can make a decision anytime soon, then Morpheus is going to definitely make a run here. Vechain looking to reset its momentum on the daily stochastic RSI, and as long as we hold some support here, Vechain's next target will be the 1618, which would be about 4 cents swing low, swing high. You broke above these swing highs here. You came above, you're back testing it now, and then that would be the next target as long as the market can hold up and have the next rally. Curve's next pump could definitely be about $2. That's a 1618, $1.98. I know Credible Crypto has been talking about $2 for Curve for a long time, but basically all I have is the swing low and the swing high. My computer's lagging here. Okay, you broke this swing high here. You broke above it, back testing it, and that next impulsive move from the market would take you towards $2. That would be beautiful for me with the long I have open if I don't get liquidated before that happens. BPRO is a great coin. If you want to grab a smaller cap coin, had some explosive movement to the upside, resetting the daily momentum, finding support on the 20 EMA, corrected back down. It could correct deeper, sure. It could come all the way down to 0.0014, even down to this 55 EMA. But in the meantime, I would DCA into it now and I'm going to continue to hold. I have a good chunk of BPRO. When this thing gets parabolic or running later, there's going to be a lot of money to be made with BPRO. Overall, though, guys, things do look great for the crypto market. Almost too good to be true, because there's still a lot of people who are bearish and think we have to go to 12K or go much lower, or the highs won't be until 2024, 2025. So the majority doesn't think this scenario that I'm laying out right here. That's bullish to me. That's bullish that people still think, oh, another correction, we have to go deeper. They're not bullish right now, and they don't think highs in 2023. That would create even more people FOMOing into the market later when things really do start to get going. And I do like this correction structure. I do believe that that's what was going on. 5-wave correction structure. Right when BTC is finally getting down here in this bottom range, the DXY is finally topping out. The DXY is finally going back down, reversing. That's going to give fuel to the fire. Stock market's been kind of just meandering sideways, but if you look at this inverse head and shoulders pattern and the break of this trend line, come out of this trend line, and now you're back testing, if that's really what this is, and that is a back test, and this thing gets moving, obviously crypto can move much faster and more parabolic and impulsive to the upside than the stock market, but that would just help the case. If that's really what's going on here, an inverse head and shoulders, a breakout of a trend line, a back test, and a go, while the DXY is about to do its weekly dead cat bounce like I showed you, where the DXY is hitting that resistance and hitting that line I dropped in and gonna roll towards the bottom of this band here. And this is a channel. This is a channel line that I had already dropped in. If it's gonna head towards there, if all that stuff's going on all at once, then yes, crypto's gonna explode regardless of, you have all these reasons. Oh, no one can afford it. No one can afford groceries. No one can afford rent. No. Yes, to an extent, but there's also millions and millions, billions of dollars floating around in the tourism industry, in merchandise, in just random products and money just floating around in the service industry. There's just millions of dollars just flowing in every market, left and right. Houses are still selling. All that, we heard that in March 2020, that people were scared of COVID, that they were going to die. They were scared of health, and no one had any money, and no one could afford groceries. We heard that same thing then. I don't care about FOMC meeting. This is going to play out. I think the writing is already on the wall. Later, when the market is extremely bullish, no one's going to care about that crap anymore. No one's going to say, oh, there's this meeting coming up. Oh, the Fed said this. Oh, no, we're in a full-on bull market. No one cares anymore about that, okay? So that's my thesis on it. I think we're going to get this, and I think we're going to have a nice 2023. Just remain more patient. Stop being emotional on the dips and the drops that we're getting in the meantime. Oh, a drop all week, 7 days in a row, drop. Okay, it doesn't matter. Keep your emotions out of it. Hold, buy the dips. You should have been buying in November and December when I was like dead serious about, okay, these macro indicators are like zeroing out. They're like bottoming out. This shit has to be about over. Buy it. I'm buying. That's what I was saying through November and December, so hopefully you're already up some. Thank you to everyone who's been watching the channel. We're going to continue to cover the crypto market moving forward. Like and subscribe if you liked this video so you don't miss the next one, and we will see you in the next video. See ya.